Shopify beginner's tutorial. This is going to be a tutorial on how to set up a fully functional Shopify store ready to make sales in under an hour. Now, if you're looking for a video on how to do product research, how to find the best niches, or how to find home run products to actually sell on Shopify, then take a look at the video listed in the description below. It's going to go over more of the product research side. This video is just going to show you how to actually set up your store as a beginner. So let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is go to shopify.com, and you're going to go to the top right corner to get started. And here it says start your free 14-day trial, which is great because you can actually get a feel for Shopify before you actually start to spend any money. Now you're going to want to enter in an email address and then a password of your choice. And then just to clarify, your store name is just going to be your my.shopify store name. So if you do choose to use a domain, you can change it. But to clarify, we are just going to try to use the store name of our choice. So let's see if art, yoga is art is available. It looks like it is. So we're going to press create your store. And just so you know, I chose yoga as my niche because I'm actually a yoga teacher and it has a really passionate audience, and most people that do yoga have some type of discretionary income, and there are also a ton of products that you can sell for this niche. Alright, so it says tell us a little bit about yourself. So we're going to put that we are selling with a different system. And I do sell off of Amazon, so we're going to select that. And even if you aren't making any revenue yet, I would suggest that you do put down that you're making at least some money, because when it comes to calling in the help center, I do think that Shopify does prioritize based off of the people that are, making money, because they think that you have a better chance of making sales and sticking with them longer. So we're going to put down that we make between 50 and 250,000, and we're going to be setting up this store for ourselves. The next thing it's asking for is our address and just some basic information. So I'm just going to enter this in super quick so you guys don't have to watch me. So as you can see here, we are on our back store. At the top it says welcome to Shopify Jessica. We have my name in the top right corner, and then our store name, which is Yoga is Art. And over here on the left, we have all of our menu items. We're going to be going over all of these so you guys kind of know what is important. But to start off, I want you to click on Online Store. And this is going to take us to our themes page. And your theme is what your customers see when they come to your online store. So it's your layout. And Shopify does a really great job of this. They have a bunch of free themes. So I want you to scroll down and press Explore Free Themes. It's going to pop up all of the themes. You can kind of look through these, but there are two that I really recommend you using. The first is Jumpstart, and Jumpstart's really great if you are just planning on launching a couple of products. But for this tutorial, we are going to be using Brooklyn. And there are a few things that I really like about Brooklyn. The first is that it has a mobilely optimized dynamic display, which means it's going to dynamically resize all of our images to fit different browser sizes, which is really important because 60% of traffic on Shopify actually comes from cell phones. So we want to make sure that our theme is mobile friendly. So we're going to click Add Brooklyn, and Shopify is really going to do all the work for us here. You can see at the top that it is adding the theme, and we have successfully added Brooklyn. Now, I want you to scroll down and go to Actions, and you're going to press Publish here. Are you sure you want to publish Brooklyn as your live theme? This will replace your current theme debut, and we want to press Publish. And then just so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like, I want you to go to Customize. And here we are. So I want to just familiarize you with a couple of things so that you don't get overwhelmed when you go to make changes on your store for yourself. So up here at the top is our header. This is normally where I would put something about, free shipping, or maybe I would promote like a 50% off sale. On the left is where our logo is going to go. This is just a generic logo. I'm going to be showing you how to get a professional logo made for super cheap, and then we're going to be uploading it to our store. On the right is our menu items, and I do want you to know with the Brooklyn theme, if you have more than 5 menu items, it will switch over to a sidebar menu, and it looks a little bit something like this. I personally like my menu items to show up at the top, and if you want yours to do that as well, then you can just contact Shopify. They will actually change the code for you for free. And then in the middle, we have our hero banner. This is where we'll say something catchy. And our shop now button is going to take people to one of our collections so they can actually start searching products. And then behind this is our slideshow. And I'm going to show you where to get free copyright images. So I really like to use a site that's called Unsplash. It has high resolution images completely for free. And we just want to type in the niche we are searching for. And you'll see here that there are actually over 1,200 free yoga pictures, which is great. So we're just going to pick out a couple of these. I really like this one, so we're just going to download this. And you'll see here it says credit isn't required, which is great. And then let's just grab one more. All right, so let's do this one as well. So now that we have our images downloaded, we need to go to Google, and I want you to search tiny PNG. And we're going to go to this website here to compress our images. And this is something that's really important. You need to be doing this with all of the pictures that you use on your site. Because when someone goes onto your website, if it doesn't load within the first couple of seconds, then, research actually shows that people will leave your site. So you want to make sure that you're downsizing your images so you have quick load times. And we're just going to grab these 2 images. So now that these are finished, we're just going to do one last thing. So we want to press download all. And then we're going to go on here and we are going to change the name of the images for a slight improvement in our SEO. It's not going to make a huge difference, but it will make a slight change, so we're going to do it anyways. So we want to put in yoga is art, header, and then we're going to copy that and do it the same thing for the other image. Now once we have these saved, we want to go back to our Shopify store. We're going to go to the left side to slideshow. We're going to select the first slide tab, and then we're going to put select image, upload an image, and we're going to search for our files. All right, so we have yoga is our header. And we're going to also upload that second image. We're going to press select, and we're going to press save. And now we have our first slide. To do the second slide, we're going to go back. We're going to go back to slideshow, down to the second tab. Select image, and then grab that second picture. And now we have our slideshow complete. So now that that is done, we are going to go back in and edit our hero banner. So we're going to go over to slideshow, come down to that very first slide, and scroll down until we see subheading text. And here I'm going to write a place for all yogis. And then my hero banner is going to say luxury yoga products. And you can really get creative here. The people that make money dropshipping are the people that put their personality into their stores. Now for the shop now button, I'm going to leave it because it does lead to a collection and people are used to seeing it, so we're just going to keep it. And we're going to press save. And then we're going to go back to that main menu. And just so you kind of understand how all of this works, everything kind of lines up in sequential order. So at the top here you have your header, The sidebar menu is where your collections go. So if you add like women's or men's clothing or accessories, it's going to show up here at the top. And then the slideshow is obviously what we edited and where our hero banner is. Below that is the rich text. We have a featured collection, and then our collection list is kind of where we can put different collections. So maybe the first one is like women's clothing, and then we have like essential oils and yoga accessories. It's really whatever you want. But if you do want to change the order of the collections or the items here, you can switch them around, and Shopify is so easy. It just kind of does the work for you, which is really cool. But next we are going to add in our logo. Now if you don't have a logo and you've never heard of Fiverr, check it out. You can go on here, everything is super cheap, and all you do, it's fiverr.com, and you go to the top where it says find services, you'll type in logo design, and then it's going to pull up all of these options. I like to sort by best selling. You can see here that this person has worked with over 1,000 people and they have a 4.8 star rating, which is great. So you know that you're working with someone who does a good job. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I just made a quick logo on Photoshop, and I'm going to show you where you put it in. So you want to come back to your Shopify store. We're going to go to header, and then here you'll see logo, and we're going to do select image, upload an image. And then I'm going to type in yoga logo. You want to make sure you're using a PNG file so that the background is clear. I really like to go with white, but depending on the image you use as your background, depends, what the colors you use for the logo, what looks best. So we're going to select that. And here it is. So we're going to press save. So now that this is done, you can see that everything is kind of starting to come together. We have our logo up here in the top left corner. We have our hero text edited. We have our images in our slideshow. And now we are going to be talking a little bit about our menu items here, the home and catalog, and then we're also going to dive into our collection list. Now, if you are new to Shopify, my recommendation to you would be to find the stores that have lots of traffic and make sales and just kind of model your site around theirs. If you look down in the description, I am going to leave a link for my product research video that goes over how to find the most successful Shopify stores and also how to find successful products to sell on Shopify. But for today's tutorial, we are going to be using ColourPop. And you can really learn a lot just by looking at what other sellers are doing. So when we first come to ColourPop, we see, are you ready for this? 24 hours only, 20% off site-wide, and free domestic shipping, and spend $75, pick a free pallet. So they are running a promotion. At the top, they have their shipping bar listed as free US shipping on all orders for a limited time only. So we are going to copy that. And we are also going to use some of their menu tabs. So right now they have shop, new arrivals, best sellers, palettes, and gift shop. So we're going to use those first two. We're going to use shop and new arrivals. So let's head back over to our store. You want to go in the settings to header, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and where you see text, you're going to delete that and paste our free shipping bar. You'll see it pop up at the top here, and make sure you press save. And then I want you to go back to the main menu tab and go to sidebar menu. And our sidebar menu are these tabs. We have home and catalog right now. We're going to switch those. So all you do is press edit, and then instead of home, we are going to write shop. We're going to apply changes here and then edit catalog and change this to new arrivals. Once you finish that, just press save, and we are going to take a look and see what we have done. So as you can see, guys, things are really starting to come together. We have our new banner listed up here at the top. We've got our new menu items as shop and new arrivals, and things are looking pretty good. So I hope you guys get really excited about this. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just like a total nerd for this stuff, but it seriously amazes me how quickly you can put together a fully functioning e-commerce site. So before we dive into products, I want to talk about a couple more things on the back end. So go back to your theme editor, And this time I want you to go over to theme settings. And this is where you can really start to get creative. So if you click on the colors tab, this is where you can change any color of like any fonts, the body text, line color, button labels, I mean really anything you want. You can also play around with the typography, which is obviously the font. You can, figure out what you like, find something that looks good, really just have fun with it. The people that do well on e-commerce are the ones that kind of put their own style into things. Another really important tab I want to talk about is your cart page. So Shopify has your cart default set to drawer, and I want you to change it to page. And this is really important when it comes time to doing retargeting ads. You can actually put your pixel on the back end on your cart page. So if someone comes to that page and they don't check out, you can send them a retargeting ad. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just leave me a comment below. Let me know if you want me to make a video on that. There's some really cool things that you can do with Facebook advertising. But for now, just make sure you change it to page. So this is where you will edit your social media. If you scroll down, you can put in your socials here. Now, I haven't actually created these accounts, but you would just go to Facebook, create the account, and then you can just link it here using the URL. And I would recommend at least using Facebook and Instagram. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see where these actually pop up. And then your Instagram goes here. But it's really important to start building a Facebook page and an Instagram account because those are the two main sources that you are going to be pushing traffic from. So make sure you do that. Now, your favicon is this little icon that shows up next to the tab. If you see here, my arrow is on the Shopify favicon. And you can get one of those custom made on Fiverr. You would just go type in favicon like we did earlier with our logo, and you're going to get a bunch of results that show up, and then you obviously want to sort by best selling, and then you can choose from all of these different sellers. The last thing I want to talk about on this setting is your checkout page, and I want you to just leave it exactly how it is because people are really familiar with the Shopify checkout page, and so if you just leave it alone, it seems to convert more sales. So that, guys, is basically it for all of our settings until we actually come back to add products to our store. For the sake of this video, we are actually going to go back and delete all of the sections that you don't necessarily need to get started. So we're going to be removing the rich text. We're also going to be getting rid of the collections list, and you guys can always go back in and add these in later, but for the sake of this video, we just want to make this as simple as possible to get you started. So I want to remove all the barriers to entry. We're also going to be deleting the newsletter. And I do want you guys to know that collecting an email list is a really important factor to having a successful Shopify store. But I'm going to show you guys a trick to get way higher conversions. It's going to help you collect a lot more emails. And that really is the key to having a successful store. It's building that list of emails of devoted customers that like the products that you're selling. So we're going to get to that a little bit later. But for right now, we really just have an extremely simple, bare bones store, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So many people start out on Shopify and they think that they need to import hundreds of products to get sales, but it's actually quite the opposite. You want to keep your collections very small. It's much better to have, 3 to 5 ultra related items in a collection that, work really well together. And so we're going to go over that, but for now we are going to save this. So once you have that saved, I want you to click on the Shopify icon in the top left corner. We're going to go back to our home page, and we're going to go down to settings. We're just going to be going over a couple of these really quickly. The first one is general. You'll see at the top is where your store name is. If you have an LLC, you will want to put it under legal name of business. The rest is just generic information, so don't worry about that. Under payments, there are a couple of options. Most people use Shopify payments or PayPal, which you can set up directly through your email address if you haven't already. I do want you to click on Complete Account Setup on Shopify Payments. At the top, it's going to ask you for your EIN number. Don't worry about anything to do with taxes just yet until you're making sales. That should even be on your mind. If you scroll down to the bottom, you will see statement descriptor, and this is really important. You want to make sure that this is correct, because if someone comes to your store, they order a product, they check their credit card statement, they don't recognize the name, and they forgot they bought something, they call in, make a dispute on their credit card, then Shopify Payments will actually shut you down. So it's a real pain, and you definitely don't want that to happen, so just make sure that that is correct. Under checkout, there's a couple things we want to go over. You want to make sure that accounts are set to disabled. You definitely don't want to make someone have to set up an account to make a purchase. We want to make this as easy as possible on them. Under customer contact, I like to put customers can only check out using email address. Where it says full name, we want to require first and last name. And this is because once we start using Oberlo and AliExpress, it's going to make the drop shipping process a whole lot more organized and easier for you. So require first and last name. Company name should be optional. Address line 2 should be optional. Shipping address phone number should be optional. While the customer is checking out, this is just auto completion. So when they are filling out their checkout, it'll automatically fill their billing or their credit card. This is up to you. I like to leave it. You know, some people like it, some don't. When it says ask for permission to send promotional emails to customers for the store, you want to do by default customer agrees to receive promotional emails. Some people, won't like this and they'll unsubscribe, but you can't make everybody happy. For the most part, people don't mind it. Under after order has been paid, we want to keep that as default. Do not automatically fulfill any of the order's line terms. And then just scroll down a little bit. You want your checkout language to be English. I mean, I guess unless you speak like French or something. I don't know. This is pretty cool. Shopify will actually generate a sample refund policy for you. So you want to make sure you do this. If you scroll down like halfway through the refund policy, you will see your email address. You want to make sure to change this to a professional email. And we didn't really go over how to set up a store email in this tutorial, but if you want me to make a video on it, I can do that. Just leave me a comment below. But it should be something along the lines of support@yourstorename.com. And we're going to copy this. And then scroll down a little bit, and we're going to generate the privacy policy. And at the very bottom of the privacy policy, again, you will see your email address. And you just want to paste in that store email. And the same for terms of service. We're just going to press save. The next one is shipping, and we are going to go over that, but we're going to do it last because it is probably the most complicated. The taxes, don't even worry about the taxes, like I said, until you're actually making money. Right now, the only thing that you need to worry about is getting your store up and making your first sale. The notifications we'll go over in a different video if you want. You don't really use them much until you're actually using Oberlo. You can send, like coupons and stuff as receipts to your customers. But for now, we are going to just leave that alone. Files, that's where all of your images, videos, and documents are stored. Sales channels is where you can manage your channel. You can fulfill through different services, but I tend to just stick with drop shipping. But if you see here, if you click on sales channels, you can fulfill through Pinterest, Facebook, Amazon. I think you can do Wish. But I like to keep things separate, and I just like to do my fulfilling through AliExpress. Account is where you can cancel or do anything really with your account, but don't cancel it because you're gonna make this happen. And then billing is obviously where you are billed for your store. So we are going to go back and dive into the shipping. Now, a lot of people get confused on shipping, but we are going to make this super simple. So this top address here, the shipping from address, is actually irrelevant, so don't worry about it because we're not going to be the one shipping our products. We're going to be actually using a model called drop shipping, which means that the supplier or manufacturer that actually creates our product is going to send it directly from the warehouse to our buyer. And this is a really beautiful model because we don't ever have to physically touch the products. We don't have to have a warehouse to store them in. And as a business owner, we don't have to have the upfront capital to spend on the products because we don't have to buy them until after someone has already purchased them for a much higher cost. So I'm sure you can see the beauty in this model. So let's dive into the shipping. I want you to come down to shipping zones, and I want you to delete all of the preset shipping zones set by Shopify. I already did it. And once you have that finished, all you do is just go to edit and then delete zone. Come back to this page, and we're going to press add shipping zone, and we are going to start from scratch. And we're going to call this zone free shipping Big Four. And the Big Four are the 4 main countries that you are going to sell to. So let's go ahead and add in those countries. They're going to be the United States, the UK, Australia, and Canada. And don't worry about the other countries because 99.999% of all of your orders are going to come from these 4 countries. And then we're going to come down to price-based rates, and we are going to press add rate. And since we are advertising free shipping on all orders, we are going to call this free shipping. And our minimum order price is going to be $0. And then we are going to make our rate free shipping rate. And if you wanted to do like free shipping on all orders over 50, then this minimum order price would be $50. But since we are doing free shipping on all orders, we are going to keep it like this. So we're going to press done. And then we're going to press save. And that is how we set up our free shipping. Now, there are a ton of other ways that you can do your shipping, and if you guys want me to make a video strictly on shipping and all of the different ways that you can organize your shipping, then just leave me a comment below and I would be happy to do it for you guys. But when we do start doing our advertising, we want to make sure that we are pushing all of our traffic to these 4 countries. And this is pretty much all of the back-end stuff. We went through all of our settings, we set up our shipping. So let's dive back into some of the fun stuff. I want you to go on to Google, and I want you to search Oberlo Chrome extension. And we are going to download this. We're going to press add to Chrome, add extension. And now that we have this added to our Chrome, we are going to go back to our store. We're going to go to apps, visit App Shop, and we are going to search for Oberlo. We're going to get this. And this is a completely free app. This is how we actually import products into our store. And so we're going to press install app. So as you can see here, we are on the Oberlo dashboard, and this app is super easy to use. You can actually do product research on the Oberlo app, but I still prefer to use AliExpress. So for this tutorial, that's what we're going to be using. So all you're going to do is come up and you're going to go to aliexpress.com. It looks like this, and this is where we find all of our products to dropship. And I'm going to search yoga strap. So as you can see, there are a ton of results. We're going to start out by sorting by orders. And we can see a couple of things here. And again, this isn't a product research video. If you want more tips on finding home run products, make sure you check the link in the description. But I am going to show you how to import these products into your store. As you can see, there are 744 orders on this strap, and it is selling for $1.58. Now this little blue tab on the right is actually our Oberlo Chrome extension, and it makes our lives super easy. So all you really have to do is just click on it and it will import the product for you. So let's just grab a couple more. Let's do a block. And once again, we're going to sort by orders. Let's grab this foam roller. And let's do a top. So this one has 2,860 orders, and it's selling for just over $663. So this is great, guys. We're going to go ahead and add that, and then we're going to push open import list. And you can see here are our 3 products. And we're going to push all products to shop. Are you sure you want to push all products to your shop? Yes, we do. And so from here, I want you to just go back up to your store. I want you to go down to products. And there you have it, guys. There are all 3 products that we just imported using the Chrome extension. It is really as easy as that. We have images, we have our titles, we have the inventory, and usually if the inventory is high, it means that the product is selling, so that is great. So we're just going to click on one of these so we can see what is going on here. Up at the top, we have our title, which is obviously super long and unattractive. So we're going to delete some of this text. And guys, you should really get creative with this. We're not going to talk too much about copy, but this is where your description would go. I would recommend finding a store in a similar niche and looking at what they're writing out for their product descriptions, and then write out something similar, but just kind of add your own little flair and twist. So down here we have our images, and we're just going to keep rolling through this so we can get our store up and live. At the bottom, there are all the different variants, and you didn't have to input any of this information. The app did all of it for you. You don't have to hold the inventory. You know, there are a ton of different colors. So guys, I'm sure you can see why dropshipping is really such a beautiful model. And over here, you will see that the foam roller is listed at $12.68, and this is because of global pricing rules. If you go up to the Oberlo dashboard and you come down to this little menu tab here, we can see the global pricing rules. And right now it is set automatically to multiply by 2. And this means that whatever the product costs on AliExpress, Oberlo is going to automatically multiply that cost by 2. So if our product costs $2, the product is going to show up as $4 on our store. So you definitely want to make sure that you are looking to check how much you're going to be paying for e-packet shipping, and you should make sure that your profit margin is at least 33% minimum. So make sure that you are pricing things properly. We can go back to our store and we can actually change these prices manually. So I would price something like this at about $24.99. And our compare app price is going to show up next to the real price crossed out. So we want to make sure we make this a lot higher. I like to do 50 or 30% higher. It just makes people feel like they are getting a really good deal, which makes people want to buy. So let's save this. And then I'm going to show you guys how to set up a collection and then actually link that collection to your main menu tab. So we're going to come over here to the left to collections, and we're going to press create collection. And we will call this featured collection, the world's best yoga products. And you obviously want this description to be a little bit more keyword enriched to have a slight improvement on our SEO, but for now we are just going to leave it at this. On the right here, you can add a collection image if you want, and we want to press manually select products, and we will press save. And then we're going to add those products to the collection. And it's really easy. All you do is just click on this here and then check all 3 products. And there you are. It actually added those for us. That easy. We're going to come back over to online store. And then we're going to go to customize. And we're going to link that collection to our featured collection section of our site. So over here on the left where it says featured collection, we're going to click that. And then instead of it linking to homepage, we want it to link to the collection we just created. And there you go, guys. There are our 3 products. All we have to do now is just get rid of this ugly gray color around the boxes. So if you come back and go to theme settings, go to colors, and then down to the product background, we're just going to make this a super bright white. And look how pretty it looks. So let's press save. And then all we have to do now is just hook the featured collection up to these 2 main menu tabs. So we are going to come back to our home page. We're going to come down to navigation. And then we're going to go to main menu. Here we'll press edit. And instead of this linking to home page, we want to get rid of that and we want to link it to our featured collection. And if you had other collections created, this is where you would do this. And we're going to do the same thing for new arrivals. And there's just one last thing I want to show you on this main menu tab. So let's say that we wanted new arrivals to show up as a sub-tab underneath shop. All you would do is grab these 6 little dots and you just pull it over. And it's going to show up like that on our website. So let's save that. And then let's come back over and see what we are working with. So there you have it, guys. We have a fully functioning e-com site in less than an hour. We set up our cart, we set up our free shipping, we got our background images and our hero banner set up, we've got products in the store. You can actually go on and buy these products. All you would have to do to get your store up and going is go back in, edit the titles, edit the descriptions, do it more keyword enriched so you have a slight improvement on SEO, and then just change the prices and this site is ready to go, guys. So I just want to show you one last thing. I did tell you at the beginning of this video that I would be showing you a way to collect emails that would give you crazy conversions. So we're going to go back to our homepage and I want you to come down to apps. And then we're going to go to visit Shopify App Store. And then I want you to search for Spin a Sale. And this is a really fun app. The basic model is $4.99 a month, so it's super cheap and it will give you a ton of conversions. So we are going to get this. And we'll press install app here. And you can see here that there are a couple different plans you can choose from. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using the Pro. So we will select our 10-day free trial. And you can see here I am on the back end of Spin a Sale. At the bottom there are a ton of different themes we can choose from. I really like this top one, so we are going to select the coral. We're going to press Save Changes. And this is where you would set up your coupons, and I'll show you that in a second. We're just going to press save and continue for now so I can show you guys what this actually looks like on our store. You want to make sure that you turn the pop-up on, and then we're going to go to preview mode. So here's our store, guys. This is what people see when they come, and then bam, right away you get Wheel of Fortune that pops up, and who doesn't love this kind of stuff? It says, win a special prize. Enter your email address to spin the wheel for a chance to win. Do you feel lucky? So this does a couple of things. You know, people love to feel like they are winning. They love to play the lottery, and in order to spin the wheel, they have to enter their email address. So we're going to be collecting a ton of emails with this pop-up, and that is really one of the main things to building a successful store, is building out that email list. So this is really cool, and you can change the coupon codes here. Now, when they do get a coupon, let's say they get like a 30% off coupon, they're going to be so much more likely to actually buy from your store because they feel like they won something and they feel like they have to use it. So this is a really cool app. I'm just going to show you how to actually set up the coupons real quick, and that is it, guys. So we're going to come back over and we're going to go to set up prizes. So winning prize one, these are the tabs that are on the actual wheel. So let's do 30% off. And then the probability is, you know, the chance that they're actually going to spin that coupon. So we're going to press save here. And then we want to go back to our store, our homepage, so we can create this discount code. And we're just going to come down to discounts. And we are going to create a discount. And you can see here, you can generate the code. And then this is the percentage value, so we did 30%. And this is going to apply to the entire order. Who is eligible? Everybody. And we want to make sure that this is limit to 1 per customer. And then we're going to copy this code and press save. And we're just going to come back to our spin a sale back page, and we're going to come down to set up prizes, and we are going to paste that coupon code in, and then we'll press save again. And one last thing on the spin a sale, I want you to come over to integration, and you want to turn Shopify integration on, and you also want to change MailChimp integration on. And MailChimp is another app that you can use. It sends out automated emails, and it's actually free up to 2,000 subscribers. So make sure that you download that app and look into it. If you guys want me to make a video on how to set up MailChimp and how to make successful email drips, then just leave me a comment below and I can do that for you guys. But for now, just make sure that it's on. And then you're going to press save. And that is it, guys. So let's go take a look at our store. So there you have it, guys, a fully functioning e-commerce site in less than an hour. I hope this tutorial really helps you out on your Shopify journey. Make sure you check out the description below. I've attached a bunch of free resources. And if you are serious about Shopify, you want to learn how to quit your job and actually scale your store and make a great income, then make sure you check out the free webinar that I listed below. If you guys like this video, I would love for you to leave me a comment, say hello, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. I put out new videos every single week.